Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 685. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Sneedy.
Is
Nope.
he
What's
frozen?
up?
Oh, no audio, Mike Sneedy. There we go. Corey Feinsod
Hey, what's up?
and Tony Korkanakis.
Hello.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners. Welcome, viewers. We're live on Twitch Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock live. Please join us.
Mhm.
Leave some comments to have some discussion with us. We'd love to hear from you guys. All of our content's over on YouTube as well, so subscribe to both channels so you know when we post or when we go live, and that's how you do it. All right. Welcome to 685, guys. This is a post-Superbowl world.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause
So-
that matters.
Yeah, I know. That's what we watched the big game. Obviously,
Big game.
did
It
Tony?
was a shit game.
Yeah.
Second half was good, which is the only part I watched.
Second half was better than the first, but still, that was an awful showing from both teams.
Yeah, it was a slow.
Or it was
slow
a good
burn.
showing from their defenses. I don't know.
Yeah, it
Okay,
was a
I'll
slow
admit
burn.
that, but yeah, I mean, offense just fucked up on both sides for the entire game, basically.
What did we think about the most important part, the commercials?
Meh.
Yeah,
I thought
because
they were
I
okay.
was not watching the first half. I missed lot of them, but one big one I was a little disappointed was it told you to just go to a website instead of
Yeah,
you know.
Corey and I were watching the Super Bowl together, and I gotta say we were both shocked when they gave us the teaser of Deadpool and
Yeah.
told us to go online and watch the trailer, and I'm just like, wow, I guess saves them money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does it though? Like, how much time do they
You
rent
get
out
nine,
just to say go look at this on the website?
It's 7 million for 90 seconds.
Yeah.
So it would have been 14 million for the trailer. So yeah.
That's totally not worth it.
Yeah. No, I get the call, but it was kind of weird, like the
When
hype
your
it,
marketing budget's
you know-
like 100 million, you can't just spend 14 million.
especially with after they're trying to rein in budgets.
Yeah.
Disney at this point.
Plus, it drives people to your site and
Mhm.
traffic and. all
Let's
that
just
stuff.
let's kick it off with that trailer, guys. What do you guys think? I thought it looked fun. Obviously, it's Deadpool.
Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I like the
surprised how little Wolverine there was in it since everyone has seen
I mean, it's
that he's
Deadpool.
in
And
there.
they want that grand reveal for closer
I
to the
guess.
movie. I think they're gonna give that
Mm.
whole. They'll give what is it? Entertainment Weekly get the reveal of the costume, and then they'll post the trailers. What's gonna happen for Wolverine? But Deadpool and Wolverine's the title.
Yeah, a bunch of the
Yeah.
X-Force members that died in 2 were there.
Yeah,
also.
that was what I found weird.
So there's like, is this a variant version? What's going on? Like, what universe are we in now? So it'll be interesting. And obviously, big like TVA, we all knew that was going to be there. Big TVA presence.
I mean, did he create a variant because of his time travel? Did he save them all, and this is what he's got?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe.
So
So we know he went back and saved some of
I
them.
will
but-
say to not to defend the internet trolls of the world because the hate on She-Hulk was too much as it was, but when I'm seeing posts on She-Hulk about how it was the same thing as this, and why are people loving this and hating She-Hulk, I gotta
I
say,
don't know
like,
what you're talking about.
I don't know.
I don't know. I saw a bunch on my feed. It's the way Twitter runs its algorithm. You click on one person posting that, and you get like
That's why
800.
you don't.
Yeah, I know.
That's why you just block
But-
the stupid people, Jim. That's what I do.
No.
You say something
So I
stupid,
just
you
gotta
get
say,
blocked.
I gotta say this is a completely different beast. And plus, like, I think the biggest gripe I saw from some people was like, well, how is it that the Marvels, which I'll talk about in a second, was too much to watch when you had to watch 3 other shows, but this one is not too much? And I'm like, you actually just need to watch the Deadpools. You don't need to
You
watch.
have to back up a little bit. What are you talking about with She-Hulk? I don't understand what
Well,
the
the She-Hulk
reference is.
was the
Oh,
reference
forget
to
it,
the
forget
fourth
it.
wall.
It's not-
The fourth wall.
Oh, breaking the fourth wall. Okay.
It's such a old conversation too.
Yeah.
Like,
And then this one was also with the Marvels was, this how is this movie exciting when the Marvels wasn't for people, and it's the same thing where you have to watch all these other shows. And I'm like, you don't have to watch Loki for this, I don't feel like, right? Did anybody get that vibe you had to watch Loki to know what was going on?
Not really.
TVA?
Not from the. Not
Or
from
the
the
DV, the
trailer.
Deadpool stuff?
Yeah.
No, I mean people
get
know
that
Deadpool. Like they.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like
But-
the trailer. I like the trailer a lot. I thought it looked good.
Yeah, I like the trailer, but people making any kind of that argument is just they're just dumb. Sorry,
Block.
and sorry if that's any
Well,
of you listeners, but
just-
comparing like the Wolverine and the X-Men universe, which has been around for 20 something years, which most likely you've seen at least 1 or 2 of them, right? You know the character, you know what Wolverine does. It's not like who's Rambo and who's Kamala Khan. It's like people don't know those characters.
Yeah, you have to watch
You
other
have
shows
to
get
watch
him.
those
Yeah.
specific things to know that character.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think, and I like the trailer. We'll get into some more trailers in a second. But I can roll into what I've been up to because I watched the Marvels because that came out on Disney Plus. And I have to say, I told Corey like the other day, I'm like, it was fine. I don't think it was that good.
Yeah,
Like
it's fine.
there's nothing wrong with the movie per se. Like there's nothing. I don't have any gripes with it. Like I don't think the story was fun. I don't think the story was interesting that it told me. That's all. That's just my own preference. I just don't feel like that was a fun story for me. I just felt like it was like it just didn't have a clear. They tried to do the clever villain, not clear villain, and I didn't think it came across right in the hour and 45 that they shot it. They gave us, and while everybody's fine in their roles, there's no problems. I just felt like the story overall wasn't fun for myself. That's my 2 cents on that.
Mhm.
That was my big watch thing this week. I was pretty excited to watch that, and listen, it had some great moments. Don't get me wrong. The goose sequences. I don't know. Have you guys seen this movie?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Like, good. I'm not spoiling anything with the cats. The cat litter. The litter of cats was hilarious. I was laughing my butt off with that. In fact, I called my stepdaughter out to watch that sequence. I'm like, you got to watch this. She's like, what are the cats doing? I'm like, they're gonna eat people. And she's like, oh my god. And she's watching, laughing. So, I thought that was a great sequence. But overall, it was fine. There's nothing spectacular about the movie. So
the thing is, it didn't really move the needle. I mean,
the budget was just too much for it. It's fine for what it is. If the budget was lower, that's it.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've talked about that. It's partly the budget, partly too. Like, you can't tell. I mean, I'm not saying you can't. It's hard to tell a good story in an hour and 45. I mean, it just
it seems like you're.
Problem is, it's also like you were saying. There's so much prerequisites for these characters. You don't get invested in who they are because there's no frame of reference for who they are in an hour and 45 minutes.
And it's pretty much all go. Like go. Like, I mean, they don't really ease you into that setting. It's literally as soon as the intro sequence stops, it's like people are getting teleported, and like I like that
just
stuff.
Like arbitrary MacGuffin, arbitrary villains, arbitrary like.
That's what I felt like.
Arbitrary,
I felt like that.
Like set pieces, just nothing mattered.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It just felt like it was a movie thrown together to be a movie, not because they had a story to tell. That's what I felt like for it. But that's just
the only thing that was exciting was the stinger thing at the end. I was like, oh, we got to see more X-Men.
Yeah, I did watch the rest of. I finished up the Reacher season, which was a great season finale. This show, Tony, you haven't seen Reacher yet, right? I think you do owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to check it out.
What's Reacher again?
Reacher is like, let's see, Jason Bourne, I guess, kind of like Jason Bourne, but a little more detective.
I don't think you're gonna like it. I feel like he's another aspirational guy who's good at everything.
I don't think this season is good.
I don't think you like
season.
I don't think it was as good, but I think it's a good show. I think it's a good season.
I like the show. I don't know if it's. I
said last week
Tony's alley.
I don't know. I think he might like it.
You don't like Batman and you don't like James Bond. You won't like him. That's my guess.
I like those things, but I just think they're overdone. Does this bring anything new to the table? Is it original?
I doubt it.
Okay.
No, not
I mean, I've
seen
a glimpse of the show, but no, it's literally like this guy is good at everything. Watch him do stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty much it.
Gary Sue.
But yeah,
Gary Stu, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. I like the finale. I like that, but you're right,
I like the show,
Corey. The season wasn't as strong as the first one. I said it last week too, but it was. I mean, it was fine. It was good. I liked the season a lot, but the first season was very good.
I don't think that he has a big arc in this season at all.
I agree. Stays similar.
I have too much baggage with the actor to
actually
take him seriously as not a dumbass because
yeah.
I know him as like dumbass Aquaman in Smallville and then dumbass Hawk in Titans. So I can't take him serious as a smart character.
Yeah, that's kind of tough. You're right. With how big he is and strong, I have a hard time accepting how smart he is. But that's just me. But everything has been ingrained into us in society. So I will say, piggybacking off of this, I liked the last James Bond movie. I watched that, and I'm sorry. Like, I know the Daniel Craig stuff was tired and dead, but I do like. I know, but I liked like nothing. Spectre was fine. It was a good movie. I thought it was good. This was a good follow up to Spectre. It was a good finale for James Bond. So I definitely enjoyed it. I am ready for a new James Bond, but it took me a while to watch this one, obviously. But I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this.
Like 3 years to release after it was done.
Yeah, definitely. It's just like, but I do think that like what they did with this movie, they have scaled back James Bond a lot from Casino Royale. I know that he's in big action set pieces, and they did with what was the second one? Quantum of Solace, which was a terrible movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that one. Yeah.
They scaled back the action quite a bit, and I feel like Skyfall and on just kind of. Don't get me wrong, there's still Daniel Craig action sequences, but they mixed a little Pierce Brosnan into it, into this one and the last one, to give a good James Bond vibe. It makes me want to watch older James Bond films, and that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing, but maybe not. I don't know. But I enjoyed it. It had that vibe of the old stuff. Just like I said, I'm almost certain I said this about Spectre. I'm almost certain about Skyfall. Whatever that was. Skyfall and Spectre. I think I referred to it as Skyfall.
I think those are two different movies.
Yeah, I think they are. Skyfall was very good. Spectre was okay, if I remember right. So, but anyways.
I've only watched Casino Royale and Skyfall.
Yeah. Casino Royale I loved, but I get the gripes, Mike. So, okay, that's it for me, what I've watched. Tony, anything cool?
Yeah, actually, I watched the first episode of Blue Eyed Samurai. So.
Hey!
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah, I like the animation style.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They go for that painted 3D world almost look. Definitely like the Arcane adjacent or inspired.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I'm not gonna say they ripped or anything, but gives that same impression, which is good. I'm like leading up to it. I was like, okay, this is all right. I think I can watch this. But at the end of that first episode with the fight sequence, that's what I was like, okay, like this is cool now. Like this is awesome. And I kind of saw the twist coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
Sorry not to give away that. You learn it really quick.
You figure it out pretty early on. You're like, this is what's happening. Yeah.
I'm confused by the lack of a Japanese dub because it's a Japanese setting with Japanese characters. Like, it defaulted to English, and I was like, that's wrong, Netflix. Come on. And I was like, there's all these other languages but Japanese. I was like, okay. I mean, it's not like there's anything wrong with the English acting. It's good. But I was just like, okay. But yeah, I'm definitely going to watch more of it. And I think they even said there's going to be a season 2 or something.
Yeah, right? They did greenlight season 2. Yeah. So
cool.
I think 2 and 3 got greenlit already for that.
Okay.
So if I remember right, yeah.
Netflix.
All right, cool.
Knocking out hits after.
They are, yeah. But you're right. I didn't even think about it when I watched the Japanese track. I'm like, because I looked at first and I was like, all right, I'll just go English, and then I never even thought about it since then. I'm like, but yeah, I should have mentioned that. That was weird.
It's good though because here's one subscription service that's actually improving upon their offerings and giving you a wide
we're gonna get into
that. Choices. Yeah, I know. I was trying to give you the pitch there. I mean,
it's a pitch. We're in what we've been up to. I'd love to stick to it, but we can go into Disney. Yeah. We can go to Disney Plus real quick and go to Corey afterwards. So Disney Plus, we'll call this the freeform episode of our show. Disney Plus, by the way, has been losing subscribers at an alarming rate. 1.5 million less, I think, after they raised their prices. And like, remember when Netflix raised their prices, their subscriptions still stayed the same. They lost, I think, 800,000 one time. That was detrimental to them. Their stock went like way down. And now we're learning about the password sharing aspect of things, where that's getting axed to the point where I was talking to Tim about that. My brother's been using my account for a while. I didn't even realize it. Like, that's not my fault. I left it on his TV and he's just been using it, and I didn't realize it. So he asked me, like, because I changed my password the other day because I was like, why am I signed in all these accounts? So I just signed out and signed back in on a new password. And that's when he's like, hey, what's the password? I'm like, oh crap, dude, I didn't realize you're using it. But heads up, like, I can't share this with you apparently after March 15th. They're cracking down and they're like suspending accounts.
Yep.
I don't think Disney is in the same position that Netflix was in before to do this, right? I mean, that's not a crazy comment here. Like, Netflix survived this pretty well because of the content they had and the user base that they've established. Disney doesn't have that. In fact, they're losing people because they're cutting content. Like,
and
when I watched,
and the price, all those things,
that price hike
worth it right now.
That price hike was horrible. That was like what was it, 40%? Yeah, 40% price increase in 1 year is
no. Insane. I mean, I stopped. I canceled.
No, I did too. You know, I was all in on Disney. But like I remember during the pandemic, right before the pandemic, it was like 3 years for 100 something, maybe 150 or whatever. I was like, okay, sure, you know, get me 3 years. And then after that, and they get another year at like a little bit higher, maybe 70 or something like that. I was like, 70 for a year is still good. And I think last year, the last time it was 80, like 100 or whatever.
I think it was 89,
something like that. I was like, okay, that's still fine for a whole year of content, right?
That was the limit. Yeah, that was it.
And now they're like, we're gonna reduce content, and we want you to pay more. I'm like, you could get fucked.
Yeah, if they had like it was 140 now, I believe. You know, it's expensive. And especially, they lost content.
They lost, and not even just like they're cutting content. They're losing their own content. They're taking it off. It's like,
removing it.
Cool. You own this stuff, but you're removing it.
A big drawback with like the theaters was how quick the movies would come out on it. Like the Marvels has been out of theaters for a while, and it just showed up. Like one of those draws was like that 6-week window. I love that thing.
Well, they train their consumers, so they got to untrain their consumers now.
But you can't raise your prices, cut your password. You can't do all these cuts while you're training your consumers.
I agree with you. You can't.
This is going to be bad for that platform. I'm going to predict that now. They're going to have some bad numbers this year. So
most likely, yeah.
Again, back to our conversation about the bold predictions merger. I bet you there will be some sort of merger, and it might be Disney, believe it or not, merging with somebody else because of the content. Like a Disney Paramount merger. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
So, all right, Corey, what are you been up to?
Some more anime too. The Solo Leveling. I watched the latest episode of that, and I just been like, I just need to find out what's going on. So I just went through and read the manga. And stuff. I was like, just gotta get through. It's been really good. I like it a lot. So
cool. What was that called? I missed the name.
Solo Leveling.
Solo Leveling. Okay. Yeah. And that's on what platform? What can I watch some of that on?
I'm not sure.
Crunchyroll.
The high seas,
Take Crunchyroll.
Well, that's other news. I didn't even post it. But, Crunchyroll.
I know. I'm leading into that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So Funimation is closing down, sunsetting the servers because they were bought out by Sony.
This is huge.
Crunchyroll.
All Funimation, Crunchyroll.
The big thing about this, though, is the library, like digital library.
Yeah. So if you bought anything on Funimation over the years, or if you own anything, you're just like, sorry, like we're not honoring that. We're not transferring it. Just
if you bought like those Funimation DVDs and got the digital code for them and then put it in, that's not gonna happen anymore.
Yeah, it's gone. You're losing your Funimation content, which I think is horrible. I think like this entire time I've been for like the digital platform. I still don't want like discs, physical stuff in my house. I get that. But like when you're seeing this stuff, like what happens? Like, do you think when something closed down, it just transfers? It should transfer. Like, I'm sorry, but like the content's been there.
Think so.
Funimation's shutting down, but
I know. I mean, I can't imagine if a video game console publisher did that.
Or said like, "Hey, get used to not owning your games." What if they said that?
I can't imagine a world in that. I can't imagine a world where that happens.
Yeah, I mean,
a possibility.
Churro, thanks for joining us, by the way, in the chat. Churro even said, he was sad about the digital library. Thought it made sense to merge, which is true. Crunchyroll with Funimation. I remember myself when I did the trial for Funimation. I'm like, why don't I just do the trial for Crunchyroll? Isn't it like the same idea, like same stuff? But like the digital libraries, because it was so similar, that should be on the studios to just transfer to the other companies. That should be it. I'm sorry.
I mean, they should have. But the thing is, Funimation has way more titles than Crunchyroll does. I don't know if you ever used any of the apps, but the Crunchyroll is shit.
I know that. I've seen that, and that's, believe it or not, I did the Funimation trial because of that. I didn't like the way the Crunchyroll was, but I will tell you that like if you right now when you buy a digital movie, most of these movies are on Movies Anywhere. Like remember like Movies Anywhere? Yeah. That's the sync thing that lets you keep your libraries with wherever you go. This is not part of that conglomerate, which is something they should add because then it gets part of the multi-use license. So if somebody closes down, you're kind of covered because you're with that whole conglomerate of them, Amazon, all those people. But I buy content. Some of it's not on Movies Anywhere. So, but the cool thing about this is eventually, like you just said, Crunchyroll doesn't have all the content, but the idea would be is the license stays, and as they add the content, like my Movies Anywhere, it shows up suddenly on my Amazon. I'm like, I have movies on Vudu, for instance. They gave me for free years ago, right? And they suddenly just started showing up on my Prime library. So I'm like, oh, Movies Anywhere must have gotten the content license and it freed it up. That's what should be happening with Crunchyroll. That's what should be happening.
I absolutely agree. But this is again kind of what happens when the number one or number two, whatever, buys out the other one.
Yeah,
and there's less competition in the market.
Less competition. We'll be talking a little more about that coming up on the Gamecast, I think. Still a topic this week and probably next week, folks. Stay tuned for that.
Next week's the one that counts.
Next week's gonna be fun, or not.
Blindly speculating again this week, so that'll be fun.
Mike, what have you been watching?
Nothing.
Oh
damn.
Nothing, Mike. Come on, man. You got some good stuff out there. Not really. I can't sell you on that one.
Not really.
Yeah, I got nothing good to like recommend this year for you so far. Like nothing. I'm like, this is Mike.
Knuckles show should be out soon, I think.
Mike's watching that this year, right?
I don't know.
Did you like that?
Paramount.
Oh, that's the Paramount like Super Bowl.
It's got
thing.
Hulu too, season 2. You did have a bro prediction. You got to watch it to see if it comes true.
Yeah.
What was that?
Your Halo season 2. You said people.
Oh, I said there would be an aspect of it that people think is improved over last year. Or something someone likes. Yeah, I don't. That's okay.
Yeah. The Knuckles show looked pretty good from their Super Bowl ad. People were shocked to see that. So, anything else from the Super Bowl, guys? Like trailer wise, the Planet of the Apes. I'm excited for that movie, but the trailer left me. Yeah, left
we
me
all
less
made fun
excited.
of it, and I was like, yeah, Jim's looking forward to it, and everybody's like, why? I was like,
yeah, I know. Thank you. And the trailer didn't help me.
Twisters actually getting me excited for that. Bringing me back to Twister days.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I don't want to throw you under the bus, Jim. It was literally like, who's excited for this movie? And I was like, well, actually, Jim is.
Yeah, thank you. And I will say that I'm less excited now from the trailer, which is not a good thing for the trailer. But Twisters looks
not what
fun.
you want.
What's that, Mike?
No, nothing. It's not what you want from a trailer.
No, that's what I said. Yeah, absolutely. Twisters, though, I mean, it just brings me back to that Twister movie, with the flying cow. You think back to that immediately, the iconic sequences from that. So hopefully we get that in this, like something like that. Just gets the funness of it.
Kung Fu Panda 4, I'm not sure about.
I was gonna bring that one up. Yeah, Kung Fu Panda 4.
It's been a while since 3.
Yeah, I think the distance from 3 is going to help it. I think it does very well this year.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could. It's just because I was like, watching, I was like, oh man, I took my niece to see like the first 2, I think, and she's a doctor now, so I'm like, oh god, like,
wow.
I'm like, that makes me feel old. Like I just
you guys gotta do the nostalgia watch now. Now this is what.
No, I don't give in to nostalgia like you do, Jim. I'll just blindly suck on that nostalgia.
But now it's been long enough where you're both older. You should both go back and see the movie together.
I'll pitch it to her. I'll be like, Kayla, do you want to see?
Kung Fu Panda 4, like we used to do. I bet you she says yes.
Really? Okay.
Report it back.
All right, I'll
report it back.
I'll text her right now.
Okay, let's do this. All right.
I thought Wicked's Broadway show was amazing. I don't know about this movie though.
Same here.
I don't know.
I want to see this movie, but I'm afraid of how bad this movie could be. So
yeah. But, I mean, what you said? Jeff Goldblum's the wizard, right?
That's I caught that. I caught Jeff Goldblum real quick in there. I'm like, was that Jeff Goldblum? And Corey's like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm gonna look it up. I'm like, yeah, it was Jeff Goldblum. So he's in a musical movie.
I didn't see the trailer, but I like the ad for Despicable Me 4 because they're just making fun of AI,
yeah,
bros and all that.
That's what I got as the trailer. But I don't think there was an actual trailer for that.
No, I think it was again one of those things like go online to see the trailer.
Okay.
Like that. But I think it's Deadpool and Despicable Me. I think those are the 2 movies that are going to do $1 billion this year.
Yeah, I can't argue either of those for you. I think I said 1.3 for Deadpool, maybe more. Highest grossing movie, I believe it has the shot for.
Deadpool just broke the records for most viewed for a trailer.
I don't see how Deadpool doesn't hit $1 billion this year.
If it doesn't,
be bad,
so much hype.
It is an R-rated movie.
This box office
is fun. I mean, Oppenheimer was R-rated, almost. There was a $1 billion R-rated movie.
Oppenheimer didn't even get to $1 billion.
I said it almost made $1 billion.
Yeah. This is
going to be bigger than Oppenheimer.
This will 100% do $1 billion.
Is this R-rated?
Yeah,
gotta be.
Yes, it is.
If it's not R-rated, then Disney's fucked up.
I don't believe there's an official rating
Yeah,
yet,
I don't
but
think
I
there's an
believe
official
that's.
rating yet.
Well,
I would
mean,
ex-
I'm assuming
If it's like I said,
going
if
to
it's
be
not
R-rated.
Disney screwed up, that's you can't
There's
you can't do it. Like,
no rating, but there's not a single person saying it's going to be PG-13. So, I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll see.
I thought there was interviews where they said it would be R-rated.
Okay.
I thought they said that.
No, I thought so
if
too,
it's
but I
gonna
wasn't
be
sure if we
at
got.
the
I wasn't sure if
level
we
of the
got
last
official
two.
confirmation.
Right. I mean, they
Yeah.
did talk about it's like on the same level as the other ones, so.
Yeah. All right, let's see some other quick bits of news. We've got Coyote versus Acme. Looks like it's going to be deleted forever.
Nice.
We talked about this movie. Like, look, I'm not saying this is a good movie. I'm not saying Batgirl was a good movie. But like when you have this repeated known write-offs for taxes now from WB, like how is this allowed? Like this is like they're getting offers for the budget of this film, right? They're getting back their money that they spent. Like it was 36 million, I think it was the like what they spent, and there's Netflix and them are offering like 40, I believe, and Amazon that's the report, 37 to 40, which gives them back their money. But instead they're asking for 75. And nobody's paying them that, so they're gonna delete the movie forever and call it a tax write-off.
Yeah, it's just more fuck WB and fuck Zaslav. I mean,
Zaslav hasn't even seen this film. Too.
no, I know he's a piece of shit.
That's
I've said he's a piece
Does
of
he
shit.
watch movies? I don't think that guy
Probably not.
watches movies.
Probably not.
He just watches the bills roll in and it's like, all right, let's get more. However we can
Or
do
the
it.
type of movies he watches, we can't talk about probably.
I mean, look, this doesn't mean this was going to be a good movie, but it had a pretty good cast. You know,
Just
James
to answer
Gunn's
that question, the only $1 billion grossing movie that's R-rated is Joker.
Joker.
I was just gonna say that. I thought it was one. So
there will be two very soon.
Oppenheimer got to 960 million. So
yeah, and Oppenheimer was.
And then 3 and 4 are Deadpool 2 and Deadpool 1 respectively. So
yeah, there we are. It's soon to be Deadpool 3 because of the MCU draw. It's gonna
that,
be,
I mean, and Wolverine being in it, it's like Hugh Jackman back.
MCU draw.
I think if it does under 1.2, it's disappointing. I think you're gonna aim really high for it. This movie's got to be the box office savior this year. It has to be.
I mean,
not only the
he does
MCU
declare himself
savior,
to be
MCU Jesus.
MCU Jesus.
Yeah,
Or Marvel
he's
Jesus,
box,
whatever it was. Yeah.
Marvel genius, Jesus, the Messiah.
Yeah, Marvel Jesus. Yeah, this is box office Jesus.
I mean, is he washing feet in commercials though? Come on,
dude, that was fucking weird. I was like, what the
that
fuck?
was fucking
More
weird.
than one of those.
So
Multiple.
yeah, they spent $14 million to advertise rather than end world hunger. But all right, never mind. Let's see. Karate Kid found
What it takes?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know, but it definitely would go towards a lot of it. So the new Karate Kid movie we talked about, Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio are on board reprising their roles, which is weird. But they found their Karate Kid, the next Karate Kid. It's going to be Ben Wang, who was the lead in American Born Chinese on Disney Plus. I've seen a couple episodes of that show. It was a weird show. I never finished it, but I will say that he was excellent as just a matter of fact comedic kind of character. I think he does a good job with that, and I don't know how this will be for this movie, but I could see him working in this role quite a bit. So
it's good to know that was the title of something he was in, because I just read something. I thought it was some poorly worded headline. Like, what?
No, that was a show. That was a show. It was canceled, but
By Disney.
She's got plenty of by Disney. Less content for them. As this star might blow up with this movie, who knows? So I doubt it, but
I think Kui Kwan was in it too. So
yeah.
And
Michelle Yeoh.
we can't do anything with these two Oscar-winning actors. That's unfortunate.
The show was fine.
I know.
I think their marketing was bad.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, a new Predator movie announced. This is cool. Predator Badlands. Yeah. I think Prey. We talked about Prey. Prey was a great Hulu.
Prey was very good.
Yeah.
I think it's great. It's very good.
Very good. Sorry, did I say great? I'm sorry. Very good. You're right. Very good. I think I don't think any Predator movie could be great. I think Predator just needs to be what it is, and I think this movie taking place in the future, I could see them going from an Aliens vibe. You know what I'm saying? I could see it finally. I think
that doesn't instill hope in me.
No, I mean I liked it.
I'm still upset about that last one I watched. Was it Prometheus? Was that the last one I watched?
Alien?
Yeah.
No. There's that one after Prometheus because you told me not to watch it.
Yeah, I told you not to watch it.
Because I saw Prometheus. What was it? Because the new Alien movie is like Romulus or something. Covenant. Yeah. Alien Covenant.
Yeah, Covenant. That was awful. Fuck that movie.
But I
I
think
was
they did.
excited for that one too. Because like, all right, come on, we can get back on track here after Prometheus and that.
I mean, you could
They
always
will.
just see it, you know, like you could.
No, I mean, you said not to watch. I'm not gonna watch it.
They
It's
did
an
well
alien
with.
fan.
They did well with. They did well with Predator. Predator.
It was good. Speaking of like Predator though, that State Farm commercial with Arnold was pretty good too.
That was good.
I agree. That was very
The
good.
neighbor.
And
Like a
The
good neighbor.
we were laughing at that, and I think the Dunkin' Donuts was my favorite commercial from that.
Oh,
the
with
Dunkin'
Ben
Donuts with
Affleck
yeah, I think that was a great commercial.
and J Lo.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good.
And I'm not a big Ben Affleck fan, but I thought that whole cast together,
My
the
boy.
ensemble, worked so well with him.
Oh my god. Alien Covenant was 2017. Jesus Christ.
Now we have Romulus now, right? That's next.
Romulus is the new one, and it's
Yeah.
not Ridley Scott, so maybe that might be a good thing. So
You might be right at this point. Sometimes it's just you
need a new perspective. Get
Yeah.
back to grassroots of
either. What's the
it's
saying?
actually
I mean,
good.
the most relevant saying ever from Batman: you either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. It's true, but it's so.
I mean, look at the
applicable.
Chiefs, man. Look at the Chiefs.
Not true. It's just people's shitty perceptions of things. But
With
all
the
right.
Chiefs, Ridley Scott had a bad
Yeah.
movie, bad run.
Yeah, they're villains because they've been good.
It's just you know what I'm saying. Like they're
Loser
not
mentality from the
villains.
general population.
They're not villains. They're just
Loser mentality. Dynasties are good for all sports.
Wow. All right, Yankees.
That's right.
He's a Yankees fan. What does he know?
mean,
What does he know?
Dodgers are gonna be running up that dynasty flag soon.
Well, the
Anyways,
Dodgers can't do
We're
anything.
discussing. We were discussing Ridley
Astros.
Scott's tenure as a alien director. That's the point of it, Mike. Like eventually, you just overdo your ideas.
Right,
That's
right.
it.
I mean, we do see that with, again, these auteurs, these creative guys who, you know, after a while they get bored and they pull a rock steady, you know.
Yeah, that's it. That's a perfect example. Perfect example. So, all right, that's going to do it for this episode of the Moviecast, folks. That's it for the news. We're going over the Gamecast. Stay tuned. Once again, Twitch, Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock. Join us live. Subscribe to this channel. You can always watch these for 1 week at least. All the content goes over on YouTube. Subscribe to there so you know when we go live. Leave us a comment and a like over there, too. It'd be cool to hear from you guys on that side. We'll see you guys on the Gamecast. We are out.
Yeah.